Hello, hello. Welcome to Optimal Self Live. Welcome back or welcome to. So welcome back. Those of you guys who have joined us before, just want to say thank you. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for taking a look and thanks for being part of this community. And if it's your first time, then welcome to. Just to give you guys an idea, these are just 5 to 10 minute conversations, really quick hitters that you and I could sit down, have a cool conversation about what makes us our optimal self. How do we get on this journey to being the best version of ourselves, right? How do we get away from all the little things that are driving us to do and be something that is not in alignment with who we are? Well, these are little 5 to 10 minute conversations that hopefully we can help each other out and grow from and learn from. So today, welcome, and let's get after it. So today what I want to talk about is curiosity, and more so the idea of what curiosity can do for us. How can us coming from a more curious place help us become the best version of ourselves? Because here's the thing, what it does is it helps you think and expand possibilities beyond the ordinary. Right? Because if I come from a curious place, it means I'm not judging. It means I'm not being judgmental in how I'm looking at certain situations. If I come from a very curious place, that means I'm coming to learn, which if I'm coming to learn, thus I can grow. And that's really what we're trying to do here. We're really trying to learn a better version of us. We're trying to learn better ways that we can get rid of the internal narrative that's holding us back, the internal narrative that has come along from our childhood and our school days and different coaches and parents and teachers that have come along the way that maybe have said some things that are still lingering in our world today. Well, let's change this a little bit. Let's start being a little bit more curious, because here's the problem. You cannot be what you believe you aren't. Let me say that to you again. You cannot be what you believe you aren't. So what we have to do is seek curiosity, to believe that it's possible, to be curious of what the future holds, to be curious of what my potential is. Because once we start to become curious, now we can start to change our thinking. And all we have to do is change a little bit of our thinking. And as a result, we can change our lives. Think about that. It's not about changing you. I didn't say anything about you being yourself different, because it's not. You already have it inside of you to be this amazing, incredible human. You already are. But now what we have to do is come from a little sense of curiosity, so that we can learn, so that we can grow. And as we grow, we start to think a little bit different. And just by changing our thinking slightly, just slightly, we can change our lives forever. That's the truth. The truth is it all still comes back to us. You being the best version of you comes from how you think of you. And so if you, again, I'll say it again, you cannot be what you believe you aren't. But you absolutely, positively can change that. Because you can start to be curious. You can start to come from a learning perspective. What can I learn today? What can I learn about myself today? And then how can I apply that to my new me and start to put that into play? So ultimately, right? My thinking starts to change. I start to take on new behaviors that lead me to my optimal self, that lead me to the best version of me. And guess what? Ultimately, that life that you deserve. It all starts with just a little bit of curiosity. It all starts with just wanting to learn. Don't try to overhaul everything. It's not going to work. It never does. Right? It never does. Even when I sit with clients and, in the fitness side of things or the health side of things, and they want to change their health, a lot of times we don't overhaul every single meal. We just start with one. Let's start with the first thing you eat. Let's get that down to be really great. And then we take on the next meal, and then we take on the next meal, and then we take on the next meal. Because if I try to overhaul it all and I try to make you, and we try to do these wholesale changes, they don't stick. They don't stick to me, and I don't stick with them because they become overwhelming, because life happens, because a child gets sick, or work happens, or whatever that is, and now my time component gets a little bit changed, and I fall back into the default mechanisms of my life. But we've got to change the default, okay? We've got to change our default mechanism. And that starts with very little change. It starts first with belief. You got to believe that it's possible. And once you say, yeah, I'm ready, let's do that. Then we start with one small thing. And then we go to the next thing. And then we go to the next thing. I want you to imagine it's like dominoes, right? And let's say that last domino is, I don't know, say it's as big as, the Empire State Building, right? How the heck am I going to get that on? Well, I got to get the smaller domino to the smaller domino to the smaller domino, all the way down to get to that 2-inch domino, that one that you absolutely positively can do right now. And I got to flick that one over first. And guess what? That one can actually knock over the next one, even if it's double its size, and double its size, and double its size, and double its size. But it all starts with the 2-inch domino. So today, let's get curious. Let's be willing to learn. Let's come from a very learning perspective. Let's learn something new. Let's learn something about ourselves that we can apply, right? So that we can have the belief, so that we can change the behavior, and we change how we think. So now we solidify that behavior, and ultimately you become the best version of you. Because there's nobody else better to do it. Nobody better. There's nobody better to be you than you. And it's a beautiful soul. It's a beautiful thing. And I hope this hits you in a way that you understand that you are enough, that you are good enough, smart enough, amazing enough to have that life you deserve, because you truly are. So let's get curious. Let's change that belief a little bit. Let's change our thinking slightly so that we can solidify that belief, and we can ultimately have the life you deserve. All right? There you go. Optimal Self Live today. As always, I tell you guys this, and I hope you hear me. I mean this. We at Optimal Self can't touch everybody. They don't know us. They don't. But they know you. And there's somebody out there right now that's struggling. There's somebody out there right now that could benefit from these little conversations. So I beg you, I ask you, please share it. Put it, direct message it to people. Talk about it. Because the more people that we touch, the better it is to raise this community, to raise the level of humanity, and help one another become the best version of ourselves. All right? So please comment, like, share. I love to hear them. Had some cool comments yesterday. Thank you guys. Brightens my day like crazy. You have no idea. And then, as always, jump over to optimalself.today. Get yourself registered. Get yourself signed up, because we are going to have a lot of this stuff that's going to be going private very, very soon. And I want you guys to be part of it. And I want you guys to have access to it all. So please invite your friends. Please share it. And as always, have a great night. Have an amazing weekend. And I'll see you next week.